Welcome back, fellow nerf herders, to our Star Wars Plus review of The Bad Batch, titled,
I have a Bad Batch feeling about this.
It's been a long time, people. Lots of stuff has changed since last we reviewed Bad Batch. It's been almost a year and a half at this point, right?
Almost, yeah.
I almost thought the show wasn't coming back at one point, which was a shame because, as we mentioned, there was a lot of potential with it, even though clearly a lot of other Star Wars stuff has come out that also deals in a similar time period.
And isn't as good.
Debatable.
Yeah.
As you can tell of the set behind us, we've since changed locations. We've also gained in knowledge. So yeah, a few things to start off before we do this two-part review. This isn't a review show anymore. It used to be for season 1, but that was mostly because at the time, as I said, we were lacking in general knowledge in terms of all the prequel material. But thankfully, with the year-and-a-half gap, as we were biding our time waiting for this to return, we decided to watch all the things. So yes, we've officially seen all of Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, Tales of the Jedi, and am I missing anything else aside from the live series?
I mean, that's all the CGI Filoni stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Point is, we've caught up with all the things. So, like I said, our knowledge is now great, which means that we actually feel comfortable now going into this live reaction style. I know we didn't really need knowledge to do this, but I felt given the amount of backstory that was involved leading up to this, it probably would have been in our better interest to not tackle it without at least knowing what was going on and knowing who certain characters are. And if you've seen our past reviews, you know that we were definitely ignorant when it came to certain cameos and stuff, and that it didn't really hit us the impact like it did other people who've already watched the series. But as I said, we did our homework, so expect season 2 from now on to just be live reactions. Hopefully you get a kick out of that, hopefully we do a decent job, and hopefully we don't make ourselves sound like idiots if we don't recognize this person from this movie or show.
Just a quick recap, Kamino is fallen.
It's taken to the swamp, and then Bad Batch sent it to the swamp. And then the Empire set them on fire, and then everything else fell into the swamp.
The Bad Batch were reunited with Crosshair on Kamino. They had to fight for their life out. And Crosshair basically is now kind of questioning his lot in life right now.
He is and he isn't. It was pretty much revealed that he's not as brainwashed as we thought he was, in that the chip that caused all the clones to basically betray the Jedi, while they did activate per se, they didn't exactly change his mindset. He's still very firmly with the Empire and against the Batch, mostly, with the possible exception of Omega. But the point is, they're now broken up as a team in that regard, and it's going to create an interesting dynamic for this series. I'm actually kind of worried, if I'm being quite honest, because we know how the fate of clones go after the fall of the Republic, so I'm willing to bet by the season ends, Crosshair's days are numbered. One thing I do hope, though, is that we get more focus on the characters themselves, because that was a rather lacking thing in the first season. There weren't really any character-driven episodes for the individual members of the Batch. They're always like a package deal, with sometimes each of them getting their own focus, but usually they're on a mission or something. We don't see them individually. Hopefully that changes. I mean, I would like to know more about them, on their own. I will point out one thing, though, just because we're most likely going to joke about this through the review. So Doug and I have recently been binging Cheers. We're up to about season 3 at this point. And as a lot of you know, Rhea Perlman was in Cheers, and she, of course, voices Sid in The Bad Batch. Kind of funny how a waitress in an old Boston bar is now heading her own bar in outer space. But just so you know, we're going to be joking about that throughout, because how could we not? She's basically Carla, let's admit. And one final thing before we start, I'm still recovering from a bit of a cold, so if I cough throughout, apologies. And also the air in here is very dry, so I might sound like I have a frog in my throat. And one final thing, as I pointed out in other videos, we unfortunately are right next to a traffic circle, so you're gonna hear some cars and stuff periodically. Do your best to ignore that. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right into the first 2 episodes of season 2 of The Bad Batch, which are titled
Spoils of War and Ruins of War.
I don't like the sound of that. So let's get started and see what the Bad Batch has been up to since the sinking of Kamino. And play. That skip intro for Bad Batch is one of the most useless fucking things ever. Did we just wander into Moana?
What can I say except you're welcome?
Oh, never mind. Jesus! Oh god! Giant crabs! Crab people. Guess Omega went through a bit of a growth spurt.
Wonder how long it's been.
Here it's been a few months, I think.
Do I have to do this right now? We're on a mission. That does not give you a pass on your studies.
Ugh, school. I bet if he was a Jamaican crab, he wouldn't be running from him.
Copy that. We're on our way. Take, record something. And I think it's big. Release the line. We do not have time to read.
This. Wonder where the fishy goes. A fishy. Oh. That is not a fish.
Hang on.
Zipline!
Bang!
Nice. She's been practicing with that.
Ah, shell.
It's so difficult to get rid of crabs. I gotta say, the backgrounds in this look amazing. Way better than the first season.
Yes.
I feel like I'm on the beach, getting chased by giant crabs.
Rang?
Why is Omega hanging off the ship? It is an unscheduled study break.
Appreciate the backup. But try staying inside the ship next time.
I'll try.
Oh, she's supposed to fire from inside the ship.
But it was still pretty fun.
Greetings. It is I, AC.
Ah, I repaired him.
Nice.
Well. The space bugs decided to finally show up.
Nice to see you too, Carla.
I always say,
And who are you?
wouldn't you like to know? So, this is the top team.
Wanda Sykes?
Yes. Oh god, Wanda Sykes and Rhea Perlman in the same room. Too much sass, man. Too much sass.
Aren't clones supposed to look alike? So much for quality control.
That's racist.
This one's too big. This one's too small. This one's got.
This one's just right.
You're real subtle.
This one's too sexy.
Hey now, got a name? Brown eyes.
Tech. However, the phenotypic eye color for all clones is brown. Iris pigmentation was not affected by
Well, as
mutation.
fascinating as this has been, I have places to be.
I have
Let's see
places
those
to be.
muscles in action. Grab that and follow me.
That is Castle Sereno, the former home of Count Dooku.
Huh.
Who's that?
A Jedi who betrayed the Republic and led the Separatists in a war.
With him being
We just learned
dead,
all about
his
him.
entire war chest is up for grabs. The Empire's already started pillaging his palace. But there is still time to strike before it's all gone.
Friggin' Palpatine gets him killed and then loots his shit.
You want that war chest? You go after it.
I mean, technically they paid off their debt. They don't have to do
What
this.
Delta?
Land the class.
Very good.
Now, all we gotta do is convince Dark and Brody.
Convince me
A
about
mutiny.
Well, we took a vote, and we want to go after the war chest. We've stayed off the Empire's radar since Kamino. Why chance it now?
Because the contents of just one of those containers would be worth more than all the jobs you pulled for me combined. You can buy your freedom.
We're already free.
Yeah.
It's cute you think that. Clearly you're not paying attention to what's happening out there. It's only a matter of time before the Empire comes here. And then my little operation is over. Which means no more jobs for you.
She does have a valid point.
You want to really be free? Then pull off this heist, and you'll have the means to disappear. No more risky missions. No more living hand to mouth. You can have a future. Isn't that what you're after?
I guess she makes a point, but that is entirely too risky. I mean, I know they're basically living paycheck to paycheck at this point, but still.
With what we're up against, we have to be prepared to fight. That means numbers and weapons. Then That's not the kind of life this kid deserves. Our lives are like this because of Omega.
Ooh.
Taking her off Kamino was the right thing to do. But there are others out there who need our help. We should be doing more.
I mean, he has a point.
That's the city? What happened to it?
Imperial orbital bombardment. Same as on Kamino.
I guess he wanted no trace of Dooku's involvement with Palpatine to be left over.
I did it quietly.
Hmm.
Definitely notice when he does not report in. Well, let's be gone by then. I'll keep watch. Stop loading up.
So this is what a war chest looks like.
This is only a fraction of it, but that is
A bunch of unmarked boxes.
priority is items of high value. I'd say that qualifies as high value.
Huh.
Could all of this belong to one person?
It is safe to assume that the majority of Dooku's fortune came from the many worlds he controlled and exploited.
CT-801 report. CT-801, come in.
Hunter, I think we're about to have some company.
Lying down on the job.
Are you clear?
You know, if they were smart about it, they just put on the helmet respawn, given that I assume they're all clones, so they'd sound alike.
Explosion of deck. Set damage control. Transport team, Boba.
Imperial technology, just can't trust it.
Mm-hmm. Friggin' lemons, man.
Disarm. Reckon nothing goes first. That is concerning.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Still the container.
It's done. Wasn't gonna hurt you. It's done.
Come and get some!
I'm starting to regret this.
Nice to see that Kenta's fear of heights continuity.
We gotta go. Go where? Jump.
Whee!
Are you sure this hatch will lead into the ship?
If I am incorrect, we will instantly be sucked out and perish.
Lovely.
I am seldom wrong.
Actually, I think the last time we were in Dooku's palace, he was fighting with the Witches of Dathomir, right? Surprise!
Find an alternate route to the pod.
Place the escape pods. It's the only way off the ship.
Ah, shit.
They just ejected all the escape pods.
Containers on high-speed freighters are equipped with re-entry thrusters. We can escape in a cargo container.
You are correct. I am impressed. However, the containers must be ejected before leaving the atmosphere, which means our window is rapidly closing.
So they're gonna yeet themselves out of the carrier?
It's Jay. Oh, you fix that.
Raspberry. Whee!
They're gone.
Initiating the cargo release. What are the re-entry boosters supposed to
Now there's gonna be like in the movie, the guy riding the bomb, he's like, yee-hoo!
Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah. Oh god, that's gonna feel awful plummeting through the air in that thing. And nobody survived. Well, that was a heck of a first mission. Then again, we knew they wouldn't be able to pull this off. It's like, oh, you just need this one mission, and then
One last heist.
and then you'll have all the money you'll ever need, and you won't need to go on any adventures ever again.
Yeah. Thing is, though, they're stealing from the Empire, stealing from Dooku, which would make those items very, very hot, attracting a lot of attention if anybody tries to sell those.
Theoretically, I mean, we know how extensive the black market is in Star Wars. So not a bad start. They said the animations improved greatly since the first season. Especially those backgrounds, man. Like, I feel like I could run on that beach, how realistic it looks. And yeah, I know they're trying to make it so that they don't ever have to pull jobs again, but we know they're ultimately going to get pulled into the rebellion, especially if Echo has his say. Because, I mean, he suffered personally at the hands of the Empire, so it makes sense out of all of them, he has the most reason to want to fight against them. But now the most important questions. Will Hunter and Wrecker survive escaping Dooku's palace? Will Omega, Echo, and Tech survive plummeting to their doom? Tune in next time, right now, because we're doing this all in one shot, people. So let's get started and watch Part 2, Ruins of War. Play.
See, this is the thing I want to skip.
Yeah, I love how you have the option to skip the 2-second intro, but not the whole Star Wars opening thing.
With the helmets. I hate the helmets.
It's not make sense.
We are descending at a rate of speed that is most concerning.
Don't worry, the re-entry thrusters are gonna catch soon.
If they don't, we're all dead.
Thank God these things can fly, for some reason.
Other than not being able to steer or control where we land, I would say this is going well.
As long as another container doesn't fall on you.
Tech, did you reach the escape pods yet?
Not exactly. We are using an alternate mode of transport. My calculations have us crashing towards the upper forest region of the planet.
Crashing.
That's putting it mildly. You know, it's a miracle they weren't crushed by any of the stuff in there.
Or, you know, the landing itself.
Report. We are alive. Get out of sight and lay low. Once we get to the Marauder, we'll come for you. Roger that.
I want to grab some shit while you're at it, just to make this mission somewhat worth it. Back up, back up, back up, back up!
What's happening?
Yeah, there we go.
Tick!
So the second series we watched someone get crushed by containers.
Sleeper has been fractured by approximately 150 kilograms of pressure. So,
How do you math that?
Oh, great.
What do you see out there?
We still haven't landed.
Bleh. Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's what he's called, cliffhanger.
Wait, we can't leave without the war chest.
We don't have time. We need to get away from here and find cover.
Yeah, but also, again, make this whole thing somewhat worth it.
Plan 00?
it means go radio silent. Com channels are being monitored. We're being followed.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I live here. The name's Romar.
Know that
Biggest
voice.
I know that
working
voice
for the
too.
Empire. Me?
Isn't that the Owl Guardian from Avatar?
Much
The
appreciated.
library?
But sorry to say, there's no shelter around these parts. 10 o'clock. Oh, old separatist tanks. Now you're talking.
Fun.
So, what you're telling me is that your rogue clones, running from the Empire's clones, who used to be the Republic's clones.
Correct. I finally got it right.
Why is your house in the middle of nowhere?
Didn't really have a choice once the Empire showed up, but we make do.
Now that Tech is safe, let's head back to the container and get as much of the war chest as we can.
No, it's too dangerous. Troopers could already be at the crash site.
But we can't leave empty-handed. We have to complete the mission.
I'd stay away from that cursed war chest if I were you.
But we need it. And it's not cursed. It was stolen.
You think
Same thing.
Dooku funded his war effort by only stealing from outside worlds? No. He took from us, his own people. His quest for power is why our city is now buried in rubble.
Well,
Well, that's what royalty does.
help you get it back. There's enough in that container for all of us.
I want none of it.
It's not too late. We can still scout the site to see if it's clear.
Negative. Your mission is to keep an eye on the old man.
Roger.
Hopefully he doesn't sell him out.
Yeah.
We'll see. Then again, if he's hiding himself, he's shooting himself in the foot.
Not good. How about yours? This one's down too.
Aw, there goes our fun. Nah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Try that.
What is it?
Look inside.
Ooh, kaleidoscope.
There are jewels in here?
No. No, it's only reflected glass.
Then it's not treasure?
No, for blast's sake. It's a toy. Makes you happy. And believe me, that is worth more than any jewel.
It's sad when you realize she just never had a childhood.
Out the funds from the war chest. What are you doing with a Model 2 data core?
This here contains a fragment of my people's history. Our culture, art, music, memories.
A separatist archive. Fascinating.
Not separatist. Serenian. We did exist before the war, you know.
I never thought of it like that.
Now, if I can only get this thing working.
Oh, I can handle that.
Forget it, Wrecker. That tank's not going anywhere.
You are.
Grab the battery pack. For what? Leave it to me.
Are you gonna go boom?
Yes, you do.
Where's Omega?
She was just here.
God damn it.
You won't get very far in your condition.
I can manage.
Dude, you're limping.
The Marauders just over that bridge. Said that about the last one. This time I mean it.
It's just over that dune. Yeah, you said that 3 dunes ago.
Omega!
Fuck. Oof.
Echo! Look! I picked it full of the shiny stuff!
Did you not hear the blaster fire? There are troopers out there. We have to go.
At least she got something.
These have one pin. Requesting backup.
This one, bitchin' cannon.
This old bird never looked so good. We got company.
Well, shit.
Get these guys off our tail.
Ooh. Ugh.
Where's gonna go?
I can get it back. I have to.
Don't. Omega, forget about the war chest.
I heard what you said to Hunter on the Marauder. You don't have a normal life because of me.
Omega, listen to me. Please. You have to let it go.
Just say to yourself, what would Elsa do?
Oh, don't use the Force.
That's unfortunate.
Hey, kid.
Bitch.
And remember what I said. Get going. More will be on the way.
What about you?
I'm a survivor. Remember?
For now.
I wanted to make things better for us. I know you all gave up everything because of me.
Good thing we did. We might be fighting for the Empire right now. Or worse. We made the right choice, Omega. I'd do it all again.
I've come to address some inaccuracies in your mission report.
What inaccuracies?
You stated the would-be thieves you encountered were the rogue clones from Experimental Unit 99. Yet that is impossible. Their squad perished during the fall of Taloka City.
Oh boy.
Your intel was incorrect, sir. I had visual confirmation on 2 of them. They're alive.
If Governor Tarkin were to learn of my misstep, then I would be at risk. And that cannot happen. Which is why a new report will be submitted. One void of any mention of Class Force 99.
And now we gotta secretly hunt them down.
Sir, I will not falsify an official report.
I understand.
Bang.
Then you are useless.
I will.
Yep. Brutal, but it had to be done.
Oh, this is so gonna come back to bite you.
Oh, yeah. That entire mission was, ding, entirely pointless.
Yep. It's almost like trying to steal from the Empire and the Separatists was a bad idea.
You think? Again, I know they had to do this just to get them back into the story and back on the Empire's radar and stuff, but I don't know, this felt a tad forced. Because it's like, it's an unnecessary risk. Like, you can go after easier loot. And I get that Sid was under pressure from that pirate. She had to give her a big score, but it's like, you know these guys are in hiding. They don't really need to take the risk. And yeah, they're doing it for Omega to give her a better life, but
all of them, their eyes were a little too big. They bit off way more than they could chew.
I'm just wondering how they were expected to get most of that cargo on their ship. That must have been heavy as hell, like every single one. Heck, the one just with the crystals, like, damn. I mean, good on Omega for trying to, like, at least scrounge that up where it was carryable. It just sucks that it didn't work out. It just sucks that they didn't get anything. They have nothing to bring back, and again, the Empire is going to be on their ass after this. It's like, yeah, the one guy's keeping it quiet for now, but, you know, something's going to come up.
So much for buying your freedom. You basically went all in on a mission, and now you're the farthest thing from free.
Not to mention the other clones saw them too. I guarantee you one of them's gonna blab.
Unless they defect themselves.
Wishful thinking, but unless the chips in their heads get deactivated, I don't see that happening.
Could happen. That could be a thing, you know, Rex is trying to do.
That would be nice, you know, free some of the clones. The ones we didn't see survive, or at least, you know, visibly see survive. So yeah, like I said, not a bad start in terms of reestablishing what's going on in Bad Batch. Just, I guess it's had underwhelming. Like, I know this is one of those catalyst episodes that kind of launches it into a bigger plot, but I feel like it could have been better. At least it could have had a better payoff. So what's next in terms of the episodes? I know there's only one episode next week.
Next time, the solitary clone.
I'm wondering if we're going to meet one of the clones from Star Wars, the ones we didn't get to see before. I mean, we already ran into Rex, and that one clone, what was it, the crazy one?
Oh, yeah, you mean Rebels.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rebels, so you're talking...
He was in Clone Wars, and then he came back in Rebels.
Yeah, but I think you're talking about Wolf was the third one?
Possibly. Well, you know who we haven't heard? Who's that other captain, the one besides Rex? The other one.
Commander Cody, maybe?
Yeah, maybe it's Cody. Maybe he survived. I mean, either way, we know this is probably going to get them back into the main story. Heck, might even finally involve them in the rebellion, because we know Rex wanted their help initially, but they refused on the ground that they're trying to protect Omega. But now that they don't have that problem anymore, they could join up, possibly. But yeah, that's about it for our 2-part premiere. Hope you guys like this live react style. Leave a like, comment down below, hit the bell for notifications. Be sure to check out our Star Wars Plus playlist. We review other Star Wars shows, you know, like Andor, Obi-Wan, Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian. Oh man, I miss Mandalorian. I can't wait for it to come back this year. With that being said, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And I want that friggin' bazooka, man. Give me that bazooka. Tell Ricker to make that bazooka for me.